Hello, this is Endestrom and me, Alexander Girschfeld. And today we're gonna speak about how to choose escape room supplier and not to be mistaken. This is a free webinar and you're all welcome to watch it. As you all know, escape room industry is growing faster and faster. First escape rooms were opened in 2013-15 all over the world. And now you cannot find a lot of cities where people don't know what escape room is.
What is this?
With the growing popularity of escape rooms, the supply for the construction of escape rooms, puzzles, scenarios or separate pieces is growing as well. And for not to be mistaken how to choose the right supplier, we're gonna do this webinar and you will find a lot of hints how not to be mistaken with choosing one. This webinar is not about us, but about the industry from the inside. Well, you want to build an escape room. What options do you have? In fact, you have 3 options. Option 1, to build an escape room by yourself. At the current point of the industry, it is not a good idea to just buy 20 locks and some furniture from IKEA. This escape room will fail in 99%. So my recommendation, don't do it. If you choose to build an escape room by yourself, be prepared for unforgivable journey.
This is Sparta!
Option 2, to buy a franchise. Now at the market there are thousands of escape room franchise offers, and we already did a webinar which you can see here and click it, and you can check the advantages and disadvantages about buying a franchise. Option 3, to find a supplier of escape rooms. Where are you going to search for one? First, recommendations. Second, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Google, and a phone book. A phone book? Really? Recommendations may work if you have friends who owns an exciting escape room which they didn't build by themselves but bought from somewhere. But most of escape rooms on the market now has a lot of locks and a lot of old-fashioned technologies. And it's not a good idea to ask for recommendations in such escape rooms. Maybe you can also offer them how to modify their escape room. So when are you going to ask for recommendations? Check what kind of games they do have. Facebook. Facebook is a unique platform where you can find a lot of different informations about people, about companies, about a lot of stuff, even escape room suppliers. So search for escape room supplier, or to buy a ready-to-play escape room, or in some Facebook groups where they discuss escape rooms, and maybe you can find a lot of information that will be useful for you. Google is a great helper for you. Try to search what you're looking for. And here you can see some examples of inquiries for escape room suppliers or puzzles for escape rooms. Check them. Of course, you should understand that choosing a right supplier is not the same thing as choosing the grocery store. It's much more complicated, and today we're gonna teach you how to do it. Now we know what we are looking for, but how we're gonna understand that this supplier is better than another one? Here is how. We will give you hints how to do it. Hint 1. Everything is simple. First of all, when you already found a list of suppliers, you need to understand what they are offering. Find more information, explore their website, their Instagram, their YouTube channel, Facebook, and all other options which are allowed. Website. Website is a face of the company. You can find a lot of information inside of their website. If not, just skip it. It can't be a good company who doesn't treat their website as it's supposed to be. Try to understand what kind of product they're selling from the website, whether it's just a scenario for your escape room. Maybe it's an old used escape room. Maybe it's just some decorations or some parts for escape room. Or they're selling you the ready to play escape room. They're coming to your place, they're installing everything that is needed, they're constructing walls. Try to understand from the website what the company does. After searching on the website, try to ask a question to yourself. Was it what I was looking for, or it's something different? If you like the company, try to write an email for them and ask for some introductionary letter. After you made the request, check how many hours or how many days it took the company to reply to you. This is really important, and that is what you're supposed to pay attention at. Because, for example, you bought a room, you have some problems with installation, you don't know what wire connect where, and if they were answering you for several hours, imagine they will answer you a lot longer after you will pay them. And one more thing, you should understand that local suppliers are not always the best choices. If you are willing to be the greatest company on your market, try to find the supplier maybe abroad, maybe in different countries, but try to pick the best one is possible. Other option, social networks. Go to Instagram, go to YouTube, go to Facebook of the company and try to collect as much info as it possible. For example, YouTube is a great platform for video streaming. If company is making a lot of puzzles, a lot of escape rooms, they supposed to have a lot of videos on their YouTube channel. If they don't have it, ask yourself why they don't have any videos of their products on YouTube if they're using YouTube as a sale channel. Ask yourself about it. Facebook is also really important because through Facebook you can not only check what the company is doing, but you can also write a request to the company, and you should check how many hours it took them to reply to you. Try to find the best one, and don't pay so much attention at delivery costs, because sometimes, and most of the times, they're covered with unique technologies and with update escape room which you're gonna buy from abroad. So, you started communicating with your future supplier. Do you understand him?
What do you mean, you people?
Because if you're working with some abroad companies, there may be some language barriers or understanding barriers. Pay attention at this moment. If you cannot understand the supplier from the beginning, how you will understand his games, his answers, his questions and stuff like that. This is really, really important. Does the seller understand you? This is also important, because if you're going to ask him some questions, how he is going to reply if he doesn't understand your questions, obviously. Personal contact. Of course, this is really, really important, because when you are talking to a supplier, you need to understand what kind of quality, what kind of service he is offering. And with personal communication, it is really easy to understand it. Ask the seller for the references, and it's supposed not to be only one reference or two references. Ask them to give you 3-5 references, and not from one country but from different countries they supplied rooms or puzzles from. Because there are some tricks that suppliers may do, is they may give you some friends telephone or some friends contacts, you will ask them, and of course they're gonna give you like a really good reference.
Well, these matches say you're lying.
Oh.
You're supposed to be smarter than that. You're supposed to ask for reference in your country, for example, or in different country from the supplier. And these references may work much better than the one he will give you from the start. Also, of course, you should ask seller for as maximum information as it is possible. I know for now a lot of companies are not willing to share their walkthrough, their pictures, almost nothing. They're just selling the picture on the website and they're calling it an escape room.
Surprise, motherfucker!
And you have no idea what you're selling. I have a lot of examples from the companies where they were buying a scenario for $7,000 and they only got 5 pages of really dumb script. This is kind of a common thing, so pay attention at that. Of course, you have to learn about the company, where they produce escape rooms or maybe they resell escape rooms. Maybe, of course, they resell some old used escape rooms. Try to find it out, ask the manager you are talking to whether they are really a producer or maybe they offer some services. Okay, what should you ask the company when you're asking for an escape room? First of all is pictures of what you are buying. The walkthrough on YouTube on the language which you will understand, because sometimes companies are sending the walkthrough in Russian, for example, or in German, or in a common language. So it should be English walkthrough. What else you should ask is, of course, the list of equipment with pictures. This way you will understand what you're buying, what does it do, and it should answer all your questions. The dimensions, how many pieces, what kind of material you use, what kind of electronics is inside. So this is really important. Contract, the method of payment, delivery time, warranty, support and stuff like this, it's also very important, so pay attention at the contract. Also ask your supplier who made the scenario for this escape room. A lot of offers now on the market from the script writers, and you should understand that the script writer from the theater, from the movie, is not good enough for writing script for escape rooms. And here's why. If a person never played escape room, he has no clue how people react, what people like, what people don't like. If a script writer has no clue how to build an escape room, he may offer some puzzles that are unbelievably hard or expensive to build. This is what you're supposed to pay attention at. Who made the scenario? How professional he is. Is he an expert in escape rooms, or he is just a script writer for fairy tales for small children? It's really important. Of course, one more important thing is reviews and feedbacks from the clients. You got the feedback from the client that he likes to work with a supplier or he doesn't like with a supplier, but you should also read the reviews from the players on the escape rooms your supplier supplies. If the reviews are good, that's good. If they are bad, pay attention. After you got all answers to your questions, ask yourself, is this what you were looking for or not? If yes, go for it. If not, search for another supplier.
Of course, the floor plan.
What else must the supplier provide you when you're buying an escape room? It's a 3D plan, it's a floor plan, and of course, what do you think it is? It's a scheme for a power supply which you have to prepare before receiving an escape room. Of course, also you can ask for some help, how you should paint the walls, design your room, or do some modifications of the room as well. This is also a good and a huge help for you to open a successful escape room. Also ask your supplier how or what you should do when everything will come, how you should install it, how you should connect it. So there has to be some instruction for installation. And also one more important thing, ask the supplier what and how he will deal with the problems which you may have while installing or while operating an escape room. And one more thing, if you're talking to the supplier and you're willing to choose their goods, ask them to show their production. And this is really important, because if the company produces escape rooms, they need a production, where to produce it. So ask for a video excursion, or maybe you can come and check their production yourself. Okay guys, when you got all these answers, think again and go for it. Escape room market is really fun, and escape rooms is the best what you can do. Давайте, поехали.
Я уже и записок готов.